right, we're playing Edilson. That's a classic Brazilian name. I've seen a lot of people with that name here in Brazil. Okay, so e4. Yeah, that's a really tough loss. If I hadn't made a mouse slip though, I think I would have been able to get a very good position there. Though before that, I was still in trouble. Very strange stuff. Queen e7, okay. Yeah, this is normal against the b3 setup. It's normal to play this way. Takes, we take with d, and we're opening up our bishop. Castles, castles. If d4, we play e4. d4, we could also try bishop g4. No, I think e4 makes more sense. Knight e5. How are we going to play this? We need to trade this knight off. Let's play... We play knight d7. I could also just take and play knight g4. That actually looks way stronger. Let's go for that. Gonna win a pawn here. We're rocking around the clock. Knight g4, and I mean, a big threat here is queen h4. Queen h4 is a huge threat. What is the plan here? I could try bishop f5. I guess he has bishop a3, but bishop a... That's a very strange position. I don't know what's happening there. So now he has to be dead lost here, because the whole idea is that if he doesn't have any immediate threat to play with something like e6, there's just no way that I have this much pressure on the side of the board and he's not getting mated. Already I could win a pawn, takes, and takes here, but I'm thinking much better looks like queen h4. Just going for gold. This is the Raven Sturt story. How are we going to checkmate? I could play knight h6, he plays e6, we play f6. He hasn't achieved anything there. Yeah, also rook e8 takes and rook e6, and rook is coming to h... No, he's going to play f3 there. That's not so simple. Right, we play f6. Bruv is in a lot of trouble here. e7, I really like rook d5, actually. Rook d5 does a lot of things. It shields any checks. It keeps an eye on the d-file. The queen is really restricted here. Queen is not going to be able to transfer over anywhere. And one of the killer ideas is takes, queen takes h3 with rook g5 coming very soon. Or rook h5. Both would be very strong. Yeah, Mans is in a lot of trouble here. What is in that photo? Who's behind him in that photo? Is that a statue? What's going on there? Yeah, chess is very popular in Brazil. It's quite surprising, but it's quite a big chess country. A lot of people like it. Yo, I'm starving. Still waiting on this Madero. I'm realizing now I've been recording for 49 minutes. I gotta go. All right, we're just gonna take here. I'm just playing for checkmate. I don't know if it works or not. If takes... Yeah, no, actually this does work. Takes, we check, and then rook h5 is gonna be mate. Meanwhile, knight takes e4, rook h5. This should also be over. He could take here. Yikes. He takes there. If I take with the queen, he runs. I didn't realize that. Okay, we're going to play... No, I was going to play f5, but I lose to checkmate. Let's just play rook e8 here. Yeah, I guess I'm trying to play a little bit too quickly. Yeah, that last loss really tilted me. I got wrecked and rampaged. Queen c4, all right. King h8. Queen e6. All right, I like f5. Yeah, he has no mate now. I'm going to be getting a lot of pawns. At least I'm going to be getting a lot of pawns. Queen d7 is a very interesting move. Oh, I'm realizing now I had rook g5. But no, rook g5, knight takes, that still doesn't work. Queen g3, I don't have queen h3. That's an extremely good move. Am I losing here? Oh no, Wow, rook takes e7 manages to cover everything. It keeps everything around. Queen g3, we have takes. Queen d4, okay, he's threatening this, but that doesn't work because we have knight g8. Yeah, okay, so I lucked out here. I'm definitely going to call it a day after this video for this speedrun. All right, here, well, now we check, and that's mate. All right, nice. Playing Muhammad, 23 chess. We'll play e6, knight f6, and d5. This is classic Queen's Gambit decline stuff. Bishop e7, castle. d4 takes. This is normal Catalan stuff. Yeah, queen d7. This is all really old school theory. This was known to be theory like maybe 15 years ago or something. Black is an ugly structure, but at the same time, yeah, by the same token, black has very good pieces. And these light scores are going to be very weak. From what I remember, we just play bishop b7 here and takes. They take a pawn, but we play e5, and we have very good compensation. Can we do that? What is the idea here? All right, let's play bishop e7. I'm going to go for that. I don't know if it works. It looks good. He takes the pawn, we play e5. Definitely lots of compensation here. Kingside is going to be very vulnerable here. There's really no solution here. If he plays f3, he weakens other squares like f2, e3, and the second rank becomes a lot weaker. So overall, this is very problematic for him. Very tricky situation. All right. I just take on d4. What's the plan here? I'm just opening up the board. If I play c5 next, I'm doing very well. This bishop is superb. Superb piece here. And most importantly, if he takes, we take. And if he plays bishop f6, then queen f3, and he can already resign with the queen and bishop pointed at his king. His king is just too weak, I'm telling you. It's time to go. Yeah, Mans is in a lot of trouble, though, because if not, I'm just going to play queen e4 anyway. Like, what does he actually do here? Knight d2, I guess. I guess he plays knight d2, but then c5. This is not that simple. Takes. I don't want to take with the queen because then I drop this pawn, but I just take this way. Kingside looks a little ugly, but I'm the one with the sniper pointed at his king. If he trades that bishop off, he trades off his sniper. All right, he's going there. Play c5, just defend the pawn. Takes. Queen takes honestly wouldn't be that bad, but I think g takes is better. I don't think my king will ever be weak in that position. Queen b3. All right, here. Yeah, I think he's starting to get into a lot of trouble here. Rook b8. Very annoying move. Lots of pressure here. And I mean, like, there are just a lot of simple plans here. Another simple plan is queen d7, queen h3, threaten mate on g2. They play f3, and we play knight g4. And they can't take, of course, because then that unleashes the bishop on g2. But then with knight g4, I'm threatening queen h2 and queen f2 checkmate. Queen d3. All right. Yeah, this guy is getting walloped here. Queen e4 would already be very strong because this trade with these pawns so far advanced would be very strong already. But what to do here? Should we play bishop e4? If I can get this pawn to c4, that would be enormous. I mean, I guess queen e5 takes. He plays knight d2. I'm already much better there, but at least then he has a semblance of hope of blockading these pawns. I think queen e4 is better. Takes, bishop f4. No, sorry, bishop f4, it pokes my rook out. That's a big problem. We try h6. Yeah, what is the plan after h6? All right, I'll play. I really don't know if what I'm doing is correct or not. I guess where should my pieces be going? The thing is that I'm starting to realize now the rook is actually completely useless on this b8 square because he's going to play b3 anyway. Let's play bishop e4. Let's see what he's up to. If he takes on f6, we take with the pawn. The idea here is that he has to play queen d2. He has to defend his pawn, but then he's inconveniencing his knight tremendously. If I can just figure out a way to get this pawn to c4, that should be the end of the game. But how do we do it? How do we do it? We could play rook d8, but then knight a3. That doesn't really do anything. Play queen e6, knight a3, queen h3, f3. Let me just actually, I'm realizing now he has so many weaknesses on the e file. We're just going to play rook e8. If he plays knight a3, I'll play bishop d5. He is going to eventually get b3 in. I don't think I can get c4 in ultimately now. But yeah, at the same time, I should be much better here. We're going to play bishop d5, keep his pieces cut out. I want to play queen e4. He's going to play f3. He's going to stunt my attack. But at the same time, the significance of f3 is that he's critically weakening essential squares on the e file, particularly e3 and e2. Yeah, Mans is in a lot of trouble here. A really good plan here would be evoke f3, not evoke, provoke f3. Provoke f3. Should I play h5 first? No, h5 he plays queen h6. We don't need to do it just yet. Let's play queen e4. Yeah, how are we gonna play this? Let's put the queen on f5. Weird square for the queen, but the idea is I'm freeing the file for the rook. He's gonna play rook c1. I'm gonna drop my bishop back to a8, just really put it out of the way where it's still doing something on f3. And then I'm gonna play rook e5 and rook e8. And the idea is I wanted to load up on the e file, but I also want to make sure that c5 stays protected. So that does a bit of everything. It's time to go.
Fantastically.
Time to go!
Match of the day. Why you? No, don't
It's
interrupt.
time to go!
Don't interrupt me.
It's time to go!
Don't
Queen f4. Queen f4 is a cheesy move. Queen f4, on the one hand, he's creating a lot of weaknesses there. I think I should be doing well. If I take here, his structure is so ugly. His structure is hideous, but at the same time, how do I break through exactly? Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna take. We need to bring the king into d6 to cover this weakness, though. Let's play king f8 and just start getting pieces in. Very weird position at the moment. If my king can come to d6, I should be winning. When both of us have weaknesses, I think his pawns are weaker than mine. I have a weakness on c5 and some very... These are almost not weak because they're pretty much untouchable by the rooks. Okay, so there, if I take rook takes, rook e3. Yeah, that's a tricky position actually. I thought I was better here, but yeah, my issue is king e7, he plays e4. Did I just not have anything here? I thought I had something, but I can't tell what it is. They caught me slipping. Okay, I'll take here. I don't know if this works or not. It looks very interesting, though. King f2. Yeah, king e7, rook c1, king d6. He takes on d4. I'm just a little bit too slow in that position. I could play rook e8 takes and d3. That looks at least equal. I'm going to go for that. I'm realizing now I might be much worse here. b4 is going to be a big problem. b4 is going to be an enormous problem. If b4, what is my plan? I mean, the whole problem here is king e7, rook c1. If I could play rook e8 there, then that would make sense. But my constructive move with king e7, I just completely botched this. I had a much better position, but I rested on my laurels. You should never rest on your laurels. So king e7, rook c1, king d6, takes. He takes here. I'm down a pawn. Is that such a bad position, though? I think his extra pawn is almost useless there. I'll go for that. Hopefully that works. Hopefully that works. I don't know. I really don't know. b4, okay, well, I was hoping for that, because now we play rook c3, and things start to make sense. The idea is here now the c file is opening up. Takes. Even that position is not that simple. I might still be worse there. Yeah, this is just... this is a tragic comedy of sorts, honestly. I'm playing very badly. People are playing extremely well. Okay, well, that's a mistake. Now I can take and then play c4. I really lucked out there. Yeah, going back to b4, what I should have done is played king d6, takes, and king d5, and I think I would have full compensation there. He could play rook c1 and hold on to his pawn, but I would play rook e8. Now I play c4, it should be winning here. My king is going to help. King is going to save the day. If he plays e3, I just play d3 and I keep my pawns cohesive. Big problems for my man. So what I want to do is I want to play king e6, but he's going to play e4. So let's play f5. If e4 takes. Yeah, that's better. All right, king e6. King is coming to d5. Rook will come to g8 now, and Game should just be over. I guess he could try rook a3. I don't think that's going to do much, though. Yeah, rook g8 is still going to win. And ideas like rook a3, rook g8, rook a5 check, king d6. And if he plays king c3 there... All right, he goes a4. Rook g8, rook g2. That's... I mean, already his position was very tough, but it has to be losing now. My king gets in the prime real estate. This was a really big panic move. When you have the king with the two pawns like this and the rook about to come in, it's just the end of the game. Has to be the end of the game. I'll check. Forces king to e1, king e3, and then there are just too many threats of mate. I'm ravenous right now for Madero bacon cheeseburger. I am starving. Give me the bacon cheeseburger! It's really time to go. We gotta get going, bud. Muhammad 23 is about to lose. All right. All right, nice. 2108, making it up there. We've gotten a few blacks. Let's get a white. Let's play the bird. Get the bird. For knight f6, knight f3. What flag is that? Is that, what flag is that? That is an African flag. I know it's an African flag, but what flag is it? It's not South Africa. I would bet, is it Ethiopia? Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe. Eventually I'll know the African flags. Eventually. You know, it looks sort of like Ethiopia's because I think Ethiopia's has a rooster on it. Zimbabwe, is that a... I can't see, that's too tiny, but that I assume that's a bird on it. All right, so c5 is the theory here. We take... This is what I recommend in my course. Technically, this is not theoretically legitimate. It's considered that this is just equal. A lot of people make this mistake, though. You're not supposed to take. You just trade queens and play e5, and already white is significantly better here. We're going to play bishop e3, bishop d3, bishop e4. Have a lot of extra space here. Might invite the knight in to d5 for a tea party. Classic tea party on d5. Knight d7. All right, knight d5 just wins here. Attacks this, attacks this. Too many threats. Bro has to play knight a6, but I take and I just get the bishop here. Yeah, this is a really big problem already. I guess his whole plan is playing for knight b4, so we'll play a3 to stop him. He desperately needs to break open the position. He should play f6 here. f6 would make sense, because f6, e6, he plays rook e8, and he's holding on. Yeah, f6 I would have to take, and he is getting some compensation there. I'm sorry to say, people, he's getting some compensation. Okay, his knight, instead he wants to move around. That's going to take too long, though. Are we going to play this? Let's just put the bishop on e3, bishop on e2, king on f2. Very nice position here at the moment. Can I castle? No, I can't castle queenside. He's going to take the piece. Do not do that. I guess he wants to play knight c2, but that doesn't... Knight c2 doesn't really do anything now. Yeah, he is a really interesting choice here. He can take each of the minor pieces. He could take this one, or he could go for the fork and take the third. All right, takes. King e7. Play rook d5. Very nice launch pad, right? If he ever takes here, we take back and we get two grand pawns on e5 and d5. That was a big mistake. He should not have done that. He should not have done that. Now things are getting way worse. These, when you have, I tell this to a lot of my students, when you get two pawns on e5 and d5, you can count them as 3.5. These are not each worth 1 point. They're worth like 1.7. Very strong. Take here, ruin the structure, and plant the knight on c4. Yeah. Bro wants to break up my grand pawns. It's not happening though. Knight c4, look at that. Knight fits perfectly. Knight fits seamlessly in on the c4 square. And of course, because his structure is ruined, he cannot play b5 to undermine my knight. My king is almost getting mated though. If he was able to play f5 here, it would probably be mate. But yeah, suffice to say, he just has nothing to do. And we have a very simple plan here. I'm just going to play on the bishop now. I'm just going to attack the bishop. Because it's time to go.
Well, look at you, can't even
It's time
spin.
to go.
You can't even spin a four.
It's time to go.
Hopefully he lets me play rook g3, rook h3. I'm just going to round up the bishop. He's doing that. He's doing that. I mean, there's several wins here. Could play rook g3 and just invade this way. But let's keep it simple. Rook g2, rook h4, rook f2. I have a very simple plan with the rook on h4. We're just going to play knight e3, knight f5. This bishop is so bad here. Notice that it has three separate terrible diagonals to look towards. This is a completely closed diagonal. This is a completely closed diagonal. This is a completely closed diagonal. And if he ever even moves the c4 pawn to try to free this diagonal, I'll just play d6. Keep that diagonal closed. All right, now, yeah, the pressure's starting to mount. Things are starting to get very uncomfortable. Rook h5, that's not going to be good though. This brings me no pleasure. I'm just joking. This brings me enormous pleasure. Look at this. Take a photo. Take a photo. This is how I got good at chess. This is my style. Just dominate all the pieces. Don't worry about trying to do anything for yourself. Okay, he wants to get his bishop out. We'll play d6. This is looking really, really bad. I guess you could try king e6 here. All right, he's doing that. I could trap his rook even more. No, but okay, so the only idea for him now is takes, and king e6 or something like that. So we'll just play rook d2 here. Yeah, he's in literal zugzwang. If his king moves, I play d7. A queen will be getting made. I guess he could try bishop h6. Yeah, finally his bishop can at least get open, but it's way too little, way too late. Bishop h6 takes, okay, here, d7. Come on, it's over. It's time to go. Nice. I'm realizing now, actually, d8 knight is made. That's crazy. All right, we're at 21:15. We're continuing to head up. We're continuing to climb. That was a terrible gesture of that was a terrible attempt to to gesture for climbing, but yeah, we're gonna climb up the mountain. Okay, here we play e4. Playing Smeagol. Smeagol trying to get those rings. Let's play knight f3. d5 is the theory here. d5 is the best move. Bishop b4. We'll play queen e2. Yeah, I've seen this position quite a lot, and it's not good. It's going to be very bad for them. Don't you worry, because like the thing is here they have nothing to do. We take this way, we play bishop e3 castles. In general, when you've already gotten these pawns far advanced, much farther than your opponents, it's most important just to complement it with really healthy, quick development. So normally in these positions, d takes is much better than b takes. d5, here we'll play e5. I'm pretty sure this is in my course, believe it or not. Bishop a6. Okay. I'll just play queen f2 here. Yeah, it does not matter that he's trading off his bad bishop, quote unquote. I think he still has massive problems in this position. We're gonna play bishop e3 castle queenside and just steamroll. All right, I'm taking that way. He's gonna play queen a6 probably. Queen a6 will play a3. I'm gonna castle queenside. It's going to happen, good sir. Yeah, he's in a lot of trouble. If he could get his knight to f5 in a healthy way, then it would be fine. But if he ever plays knight e7, I just play g4 here. I'm ready to meet h5 with h3. Knight e7. All right, let's play. Do I need to play g4 just yet? I'm wondering maybe I should castle queenside first. No, let's play against the knight. It's good to play against the knight. His rook can get into h3. I don't really see what that signifies, though. I could always kick it out with queen g2. g6 will castle queenside. So he's also going to be trying to castle queenside, but a big problem for him here is that I have knight g5. I have knight g5. He's not going to be able to castle queenside. And if he plays rook f8 to try to free himself to then castle queenside, I'm going to play knight h7, knight f6. Bro should be running for his life. I'm going to play... Why didn't I play rook h1, actually? If I played rook h1, takes, my rook is getting into h8. That was a better option. That was a much better option than what I did. Yeah. I really want to draw your attention to just how healthy your king is in these positions when you've taken this way, right? You're never going to get checkmated on this side of the board when you have 4 pawns in front of your king like this. Like, even if they had more pieces around, you would still be extremely safe here. The 4 pawns are very, very strong. It just takes them so long to actually uncover your king. Yeah, go back to my point, though. I don't know why. If I played rook h1, that would have been good. I guess he could play rook f8, though. It would have... It wasn't a knockout punch just yet. All right, let's play rook h1 now. It's time to go. Bruv is in trouble. Castle's queenside, I get the pawn on f7. I think a monkey's fighting a dog outside. That's what it sounds like. I'm not even saying that figuratively here. It's literally time to go. I need to go to Madero. I need to eat. King d7, all right, we're taking the pawn. I'm snatching that pawn. Oh, he plays... This is sneaky. Look at this. Rook f8, knight d6, he takes on e5. Gotta watch out for the tricks. So if rook f8, I have to play rook h7. Keep everything under control. Yeah, what is the plan here? I need to figure out a way to get... My bishop should probably be on g5. So it's going to take quite a while. I'll have to make sure to watch out for this check. So I'll have to play something like queen e1, but eventually get the bishop around. He really has nothing to do, though, at the same time. All right, he wants to play queen a2. We'll play king b1. Just waiting him out. Just hanging around. Knight d6 might be possible, actually. Look at that. Queen e4, knight d6, the queen is trapped. Yeah, that is a... Oh, no, sorry, the queen is a4. It's close to being trapped, though. Very, very close to being trapped. I am so hungry. We gotta go. All right, d4. d4. d4 is a wild move. Takes, he's taken with the knight. He's trying to get his pieces in. Should we just play bishop d2? Well, takes, knight takes. I could even just trade. That would be a great position. Yeah, I'm not averse to this, actually, because the thing is here, you know, knight takes, we trade. If this, we move the bishop back. Now my bishop has some new options. I need to watch out for this, though. Should we play bishop c1? Yeah, bishop c1. If d3, we can just play queen d2. I have a very simple plan. I'm going to play b3, a4, and then bishop a3. I definitely should try to get my knight to d6 now. While the bishop doesn't look that great, it maintains this pawn, which is very strong. All right. We'll play queen d2. Can he do anything here? Nope. Oh, why didn't I play knight d6? Knight d6 would have been more accurate. Knight d6 would have been way more accurate. Okay, takes. Takes, takes. Knight d4. We'll play king d3. Yeah, attack the knight. Knight has no easy options. It was important to stop the knight from getting to e2. Knight c6. Get our bishop out to e3. Yeah, king will go to e4. Yeah, this should be completely winning here. All right, I guess he wants to bring his knight in, so we'll play b4 first, the knight back first. King will come to e4. In the long term, my bishop is going to h4. Once it gets on this side of the diagonal, things are going to be... Well, that's a big mistake, because now we have bishop c5. Had to keep his pawns like concrete. Yeah, already here, this is extremely uncomfortable. Knight h8, that's a very cool move. I'm threatening knight g6. Very, very cool idea there. If he plays king e8, we just take everything, and then I take on g6, and I'm winning. Lots of tricks. All right, that's the end of the game. It's time to go. I'm gonna take, and yeah, this should be over. Nice. All right, do we have time for another game?
It's time to go!